Welcome back to Impulse Plays. I am Crazy Carl Winter, back again with Fire Guy Ryan for another. We're actually covering Junk Morphs again. How are you doing, Ryan?
I am doing great, Call. I'm ready to watch some junk morphs fight some elves.
Yeah. So this is just typo battles apparently, where we have Junk Morph going against
Mm-hmm.
different typo decks. Two of the three. Now we just have to get goblins going against it. But I'll throw up this Junk Morphs deck again. It's pretty sweet. We talked about it in the last video we did. Basically, you're casting 3 drops on turn 2 using Ancient Tomb, City of Brass, City of Traders, or Birds of Paradise. And then if it's a morph, you turn it up on turn 3. If not, if it's a negator, you can just like straight up Geddon on turn 4 or turn 3, and then like probably win the game because your opponent has no lands.
Yep, certainly sounds like a nice standard soup of big boys and green colors.
Yes, this is very heavily inspired by Broccoli Soup. Very heavily inspired. It's just I like Armadillo Cloak, and I want to put Armadillo Cloak on things, so that's what I'm doing with that deck.
Mm,
The
well,
Riverboas has since been cut for some other spicy morphs that will hopefully show up on camera in the future.
yeah, I will say, in Pauper, I'm a major Walls gamer,
Mm-hmm.
and unfortunately, Boggles versus Walls is it's 2 ships passing in the night, but
Mm-hmm.
Boggles has a steamboat, and we have we have a wooden plank, effectively.
Yep.
So, as while I see the appeal of Armadillo Cloak. Typically, when an
Mm-hmm.
Armadillo Cloak is being played against me, I am a very sad gamer. But I
Yep.
do love broccoli soup.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Speaking of green things, we got elves to look at, and Chris's elf
Mm-hmm.
list is very pretty. He's put a lot of work into finding the right printings and the right foils of the cards he wants. Very beautiful lands. Pretty standard elf list. I think the big difference here is the use of the Thornscape Battle Mage and Birchlore Rangers to allow you to use the kickers on it. So the red kicker on Thornscape Battle Mage is a shock, and the white kicker destroys an artifact, if I remember correctly. And Birchlore Rangers helps you do both.
Yeah, and what's the? I remember there was this maybe it was one of the apprentices. It's a one that in the green, red, and white colors, where one of the abilities is to tap target
Yes,
creature.
Thornscape Apprentice. It's just Thornscape Apprentice. Yeah. It's
Ah, okay.
it taps a creature, and I don't remember what the red ability is. I think maybe it gets first strike or something like that. But it's a sweet one. But it is not an elf. However, Thornscape Battle Mage is an elf, which means you can bounce it with Wirewood Savage.
Mm. And you were correct. Thornscape Apprentice is target creature gains first strike till end of turn for red and tap.
Yep, that's what happens when you play 30 years of Magic and dedicate way too much of your brain space to it. Speaking of dedicating
Mm.
brain space to Magic, let's take a look at the match. We've got Chris on the left playing Elves, and me on the right playing Morphs. And it looks like I won the die roll, so that's pretty good for me. I really want to get the draw. I really want to get the play and get out those morphs on turn 2. Although this does not look like a hand that will have morphs on turn 2. It looks like some gemstone mines. Oh, maybe I guess Chris won the die roll. Never mind.
Yeah. I think I think I see a Tanglewire hanging out there.
Mm-hmm.
Your plan of being able to cast a big boy on on turn 2 or turn 3,
Mm-hmm.
not super ideal in the face of turn 1, land
Yeah.
elf, turn 2 land Tanglewire.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants to go land Tangawar here. Like, obviously, it takes me off of the City of Brass, but I think developing the
Mm-hmm.
board a little bit further and then playing the Tangawar on turn 3 would be stronger.
Oh yeah.
Um, Either way, though, he's gonna be in really good shape. Like that Tangawar is gonna stop me for a very long time.
Yeah. I'd imagine he's going for forest here because was that I
I
missed it.
did, I
Oh
did,
no, he's
yeah,
going for
I
mountains.
duress the survival of the fittest, but unfortunately, I think we're getting Thoughtseize bugged here. Yep,
Oh,
and he
okay.
draws
That makes a
survival.
lot of sense.
Yep, so he's gonna be able to go get his anger and do those wacky things. I've
Mm-hmm.
got an uphill battle ahead of me here because I have no main deck way to answer survival of the fittest at all.
Oof. Yeah.
However, I have Riverboa, and Riverboa is a 2/1, so that's
Okay, so it
exciting.
looks like we're going with an end step, getting rid of the Nantuko. Is that Nantuko
Yeah,
Vigilante, right?
yeah, and it's a Vigilante. Yep,
Vigilante?
yep. Going to
Okay.
get Squee.
Getting
He is a
squeed
little
classic.
short on green mana. Some of the versions of this deck, of the Elves deck, play Wall of Roots, which I like a lot, and that would be a really nice option
Interesting.
for him to get here. That said, he'll probably be able to just do silly elf things. Though it's a
Yeah.
little harder to do silly elf things when you don't draw lands.
Yeah. I mean, he does have the Wirewood symbiote. Or that's no, because that's return of
Yeah, shouldn't the
untap a
elf.
forest, return an elf.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's
not
the elf
trivial.
one. Yeah, yeah. Quirion Ranger is the forest. So I
Yeah.
guess what he wants to do here is he wants to go for. And I'll let Nick Mayo criticize my survival lines here. Um, Survival the Squee, get Quirion Ranger, play Quirion Ranger, untap your Llanowar elf, and then you can use your elf again. Play your forest. Okay,
Looks like he's just going for
just
an
going for the
anger
anger.
line.
Okay, that's certainly fine.
Um,
I think my
hmm.
line was better, but that's okay.
Yeah, I would agree. I think developing the board and being able to, unlock the Carrion Ranger button
Mm-hmm.
is great.
Yeah.
Because in a game that's probably going to be where Chris is really going to have to, spam that survival of the fittest to try and grind you out.
Yep.
I don't think this is the matchup where just going for more aggro of get anger into the yard ASAP is
Mm-hmm.
going to be super great.
Yeah.
Always loved seeing the unhinged, rather the unglued
Yep.
planes here, and it looks like we got a morph.
We do have a morph. I don't know. I didn't see what morph that could be. So I'm hoping it's Exalted Angel for my sake.
I would
'Cause it's
also hope
gonna
that
be
for your sake,
tough
because
for him
Grinning
to
Demon does
retch.
not.
Yeah. Yeah, Grading
Oh, I'm
Demon's
sorry.
bad here. No, it's okay. I was saying Grading Demon's bad here, and Exalted Angel will hopefully put me out of reach of his damage. But
Oh, certainly.
okay, so he brings back Squee, and now he can discard Anger, go get Priest of Titania, and I think he's in pretty good shape to just win. So the Priest generates
Yeah,
2 mana.
Priest gets
He's
2. He can use
untap
1
it.
pitch squee, and now would be the perfect time to get Carrion Ranger.
Yeah, definitely.
In addition to the fact that with Wirewood Symbiote, I mean, it just kind of the world is Chris's oyster here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, so it looks like we're just keeping track of the mana.
Yeah. So he's
So we
generating
got 2 green in the
2.
pool.
And what is he gonna survival for? I saw a Kamal in his hand earlier, and I think he drew a. Yeah,
I
he
think
goes
it
to
was
the
the
Ranger. Yeah,
Range Tournament for
he drew
turn.
Deranged Tournament for turn. Yeah.
All right, so
So
there's Kyrian
kills that.
Ranger, another beautiful shining star foil.
Yeah, those are really pretty. I really like the foil Queer Rangers.
So now we have an empty pool. We're gonna untap this priest, bounce this forest,
Mm-hmm.
and then effectively just
Probably
not
just
cantrip
win.
on it.
Yeah, I don't think there's much I can do to come back from this. He can play
Yeah,
Tangle Wire here, which is pretty strong.
yeah. Tangawar would be quite a beating here because then, I mean, what do you, what can you do?
Yeah, he could also go for a Deranged Tournament and just like have a crap load of squirrels and just get in there. But
Yeah, that too.
yeah, okay, he's looking
It goes down to 2 mana. Pitches.
survivals. It's another
What
priest.
did he
Okay,
pitch there?
he discarded Yavimaya Granger.
Oh, that was Granger. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, he doesn't need it
So
anymore
fetch
because
that.
he already has his mountain. So
Gets priest. Priest taps 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 for
it's the
yeah,
Hermit.
like you were saying, Hermit.
Yeah, he gets to crash in for 8, very safely.
Um, I'm
Or
assuming
not.
he forgot about anger.
Think you forgot he had anger. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters though. Even if I have Exalted Angel, it's likely not going to be enough life to make a big difference.
Yeah, especially because when he untaps and puts the tangle wire on the board, it's not gonna
Oh, he
be.
didn't have Kamal in his hand. I thought he had Kamal in his hand. I guess not. It doesn't matter. He can bring back his Squee and survival for Kamal here, and
Yeah.
then just overrun for a bazillion T damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my the I would say a failing of there's many failings to this deck that I'm playing, but one of them is that it doesn't play Swords of Plowshares. My thought behind that is that Swords of Plowshares gives your opponent life, and you want him to be at 0. So
Okay.
that may be very flawed thinking, but that's where I'm at with it. Okay,
I mean, hey, it's all brews got to start from somewhere.
exactly. What's funny is I don't even have plows in my sideboard.
Oh wow. Okay. So we
My
were really just not we were not hoping to see any shrimps.
Nope, exactly. Which I didn't think anybody would be playing shrimp at this event, but it's just a monthly
Yeah.
tournament. But okay, so Chris, I mean, I'm at 19. Got some seismic activity going. Oh, why? That shouldn't be happening. Or maybe I bet the stand of the camera is up against the table, and when the table gets bumped, it gets bumped. That would make sense. All right,
Mm.
so Hermit comes out. Yep. I mean, he can untap this priest with the Hermit, play Hermit again, have 12 squirrels and attack for 24.
Well, 24 is greater than 19.
It is a
So I
significantly larger number, especially even with this riverboat to throw itself in the way.
Well, you know what? He will do his best.
Mm-hmm.
Our green squire, or no, goblin piker. He uses a 2/1.
There's a few 2-1s, but that sounds about right.
Yeah, our guy with regenerate, our just little guy.
Yep, just a little guy. Elvish Ranger has first strike though. First strike would be
Mm.
relevant here, but
Mm-hmm.
is he just going for Kamal to style on me? I think he's going for Kamal just to style on me. Yeah, he's going to Kamal to style on me. Okay.
Yep. And then we can just say priest, untap, 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 and there we
Yep.
go.
Yep. And that closes up pretty quickly. All right, so Chris goes to 6. I get to be on the play, which it would not have mattered for me last game, but this game could be very different if I have an accelerant, which I did not
Mm-hmm.
have last game, which is pretty huge. Okay, so I see City of Traders, which is really right where I want to be.
Yeah. For the sideboarding, I would assume that Chris probably brings in like, I mean, maybe I don't even know if Call of the Herd seems good here. There's
Winter
not
Orb
like,
is disgusting against me.
yeah, Winter Orb. Oh, okay. Winter Orb makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And then from your side,
Tormod script, yeah, to shut down the survival
Tormod
engine.
script.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, would you board in naturalizes here?
Probably.
Okay.
It kills
That.
survival and it kills Tangle Wire, both of which are
Mm,
cards I do not want to see. I don't know that he has Winter Orb, but destroying Winter Orb is also very good for me.
yeah. Tormod script being early here is quite nice because he only has the
Mm-hmm.
one copy of Squee,
Yep. Yep.
which
And
will
honestly,
certainly
I don't
make
even know if
things a
that's the
lot
one I'm scared
slower.
about. Like Squeeze is obviously scary, but I think the card I'm more scared about is Anger because that's where all the combo potential comes from.
Oh yeah, no, totally makes sense.
I have played games in the past with Tormod script where I've played a little bit of like chicken with people, letting them squeeze for a couple turns until they get their anger, and then I get them both. It's not easy to do,
Hmm.
but if you can do that, it is a very nice way to effectively shut down their survival for the entire game.
Yeah, kind of a bit of a comparison to that now would be, well, I guess not as much now, but like with Relic of Progenitus and Murtai Regent.
Yeah, yeah.
In more recent games, typically, like I play Lands and Legacy, so it's Soul Guide Lantern
Mm-hmm.
over. Oh, hello. I
Oh, you know what we
just.
cannot morph here? We cannot morph Exalted Angel, but you know what we can morph
Oof.
is Grinning Demon. Yeah,
Oh
love to see it.
yeah, the Grinning Demon. Take 6. How are you doing?
Down to 14. All right. Can I successfully cloak it up or rancor it next turn? Not with what's in my hand currently. Well, I've got Vigilante. I boarded in Nantuko Vigilante too, which that is another card that is now in the main deck as well.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Vigilante's nice. And
Well,
he
there's a
draws
survival.
Survival. That's a pretty good card to draw. Unfortunately, he has a 6/6 coming at him every single turn, so that's going to be challenging, I think, to deal with. This would be a
Yep.
great situation for Tangle Wire, but um, I don't think I saw that. Let's see
Yeah.
here. Oh, no, I think that is a Tangle Wire. Yeah, that is a Tangle Wire. Yep. It's right in the middle of his hand.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, let's see how he pilots this because I mean we have access to quite a bit of mana with the Priest of Titania,
Mm-hmm.
especially if he can go. If he, I mean, looks like he has a. Looks like that's Kamal in his hand.
Yeah. It's going to
But going
fetch.
for why would like being setting up a like engine with Kyrian Ranger,
Yeah.
and then starting the engine in this case, starting the engine with Kyrian Ranger, and then eventually going for like um some more pieces to try and
Yeah.
operate around the
I
Tormod script.
I think this might be a slight list play, which I think Chris might have recognized at the time, is rather than fetching after playing the priest, fetch before you play the priest, get your mountain, and use that to cast your priest of Titania. And that frees you up to go for anger and do anger things, which is not ideal with a Tormod script in play. But
Hmm.
if he had enough creatures in his hand, he can kind of force me to use the crypt on just the anger and then preserve the squeeze for later. but he's also under a clock from this Grinning Demon, so I don't know that that's even would be enough either way.
Yeah, I think he kind of just has to, jumpstart his engine.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Kieran Ranger is definitely a great way to get it started.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that card's so powerful.
Yeah.
It's a very very versatile card as well. Like it makes Stasis completely unwinnable. For the Stasis
Hmm.
side, like they just can't do anything. It's a Resolve Query Ranger. Oh, he's got
Yeah.
another survival in hand. Okay. Oh, that's gonna be devastating if I spend my next turn playing and then unmorphing that Nantuko Vigilante. He's gonna just untap and play another survival, which is gonna feel real bad. Oh, notably, he did not get a squee there. He went right for the Quarian Ranger. Huh.
I guess maybe he was. I mean, he could be just a bit scared of it being
Cryptid, yeah.
cut off because then he's on such low resources already
Mm-hmm.
that he just would not have as many survival activations left. But here comes Tanglewire.
Okay, that's an interesting one, yep. So the question is, what do I leave untapped here? So I take my 2 damage from the Grinning Demon. Good job, me. I think I can just leave the. I think I just leave the demon untapped and swing in, right? Like that's got to
Yeah,
be
I
good,
think at this point you're just trying to get your. I mean, your engine is starting to catch on fire,
right? Right.
and we got to make sure we get over to the finish line before it explodes.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think what my tank here is tapping the Grinning Demon and leaving the City of Traders untapped. Yeah, and then playing out a land and the Nantuko Vigilante. And I'm immediately punished because I could have left my Grinning Demon untapped, play a forest, and play Birds of Paradise. But
Mm,
that's the world we live in now. So I float 2, play the forest, and then I think I cast Vigilante here. Yep.
there he goes,
Yep.
and
So Chris does have a
because
turn to use his anger freely here, but he doesn't have any way to get the mountain, which is unfortunate. Oh, okay. And he has no creatures too. Oh man, I wonder. No, he had the Tanglewire here, but I think maybe he should have held off on his survival activations, possibly, to see if I tap my crypt, because then he could have gotten Squee and discarded it, I think,
hmm
and then gotten a little bit of value out of the Squee there.
yeah, there
But
was also a
yeah.
line where he could have activated the Kyrian Ranger to untap the priest on your turn,
Mm-hmm.
to do exactly what you said, which
Yeah.
is get squee, get anger. I mean, well, not probably not anger, but get squee and be able to get some more value on a resource light board state.
Well, so he went for the Queer Ranger off of the Kamal. So he would have had to, rather than survival away Kamal and then cast the Queer Ranger, he would have to just survival, which I think would have been fine.
Hmm.
And he has no way of knowing I'd be tapping my Tormod script here, but um, yeah, I think that might have been the stronger line. I don't think that's me being colored by any knowledge that I have outside the game that he doesn't have, but so this Tangwar taps on. This Tangwar is going to get significantly less effective now. Like
Yeah,
he's
and like you were
survival rich,
saying,
creature poor. Oof.
yeah, I think you had. I don't know if you mentioned it in in this video or maybe last video. The case where Grinning Demon is just being chump blocked.
Mm-hmm.
Place here where Armadillo Cloak and Rancor would just be great because otherwise, had the demon had it had trample,
Mm-hmm.
he Chris
He's
would
just
be
dead.
in so much more danger.
He'd be straight up dead. Yeah. I mean, as it
Yeah.
is, I'm trading 2 life for a card every turn, which I don't know that he's really priced into taking. I guess he's being careful of the trample effects he knows are on my deck because he could just take the 6 here, go to 7, but then he's at a real risk of taking lethal damage if I trample over in the subsequent turn. So I guess that's why he's protecting his life total here. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, just not having the squee to gain some more resources here and just drawing not creatures.
Yeah,
Just
any creature's really what he needs here. He's drawing all the survivals and none of the creatures, which is really unfortunate. So yeah, I think that line of playing wait and see with the Tangle Wire would have been huge.
hmm
And not getting the mountain early on, I think is it doesn't matter at the moment, but if he had gone in a different path, it might have been a big deal.
Yeah.
Because
And
the mountain plus squee into anger into whatever would lead into potential combo turns, which you just didn't have.
mhm.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
elves is
Chris
tough.
packed it up, but I think the Sylvan Library, like Sylvan Library plus extra birds there, just means that
Mm-hmm.
even with you being at 11, you can just go even potentially, draw an extra card because if
Mm-hmm.
that extra card is Armadillo Cloak, we're in business.
Yep.
All right, standard start here. Elf Dork.
Yep. After the mold of 6.
Yeah.
And what's this 3
Wonder
drop
what we're
here?
going for
Oh, Call
here.
the Herd. Okay, that's an interesting
Call
choice.
of the Herd.
So he's
Okay.
trying to basically match my mid range game and then go over the top with Survival of the Fittest, which I think I like. That's a nice strategy.
Yeah, I mean, also on the play, unless you are, you're playing a big fatty
Mm-hmm.
on this turn, just having that, effectively having, well, in this case, just the one lightning bolt and then having a solid body will just be
Yeah, no,
great.
it's pretty sweet. I have a Smother, which is nice, and I've got the Morphed Angel. Okay. Question is, do I have the 4th mana source to unmorph the Angel next turn? Because that would be ungood for Chris.
It doesn't. Oh, you got City of Brass.
Okay, yeah, so I've got the Morph here. He is in a little bit of danger then, because those Call of the Herds on their own cannot race an Exalted Angel. Like he tried to out mid range me, and I'm going to out mid range him pretty hard if that's the case.
Mm-hmm. I
Tangwire here would
wonder.
have been devastating. Plays Tangwire
Oh
here,
yeah.
like I just do nothing for 2 turns, like 3 turns. No, 2 turns. Yeah, 2 turns. It would have been disgusting.
Wonder if he's gonna go for mountain here. I didn't have nope forest. All right.
Doesn't really need it, I guess. So it doesn't matter. He doesn't have survival in play.
Yeah.
Oh, unless he's casting it now. Oh, no, it's an Acolyte. Yeah, Acolyte's nice. Card's
Right.
so sweet. 2 mana draw card. Love it.
Mm-hmm. Nice and clean.
Mm-hmm.
Elvish visionaries, grandmother, grandfather, however
Yep.
it is put.
Grandparent. We'll just be gender neutral.
Yeah, there we go. Grandparent, perfect.
All right, so he draws
All
off
right,
of the
neutral.
Acolyte. He's hoping to hit something. Like, he really needs to hit survival very, very quickly here. Because, like I said, he's going to get out mid-ranged immediately.
Yeah. Writing on the wall there, and there we go. Now the life totals will do a switcheroo.
Yeah, straight up mirror universe there.
And Echo.
I don't know if he wants to pay it. Like,
I don't think he should be paying it here unless, I mean, in his hand it looks like 2 of the same card
yeah.
plus
Oh,
forest.
that Tangwire is a turn too late. That sucks.
Yup.
Looks like Call the Herd Vigilante.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, Vigilante not doing too much here,
Not so
but
much,
at
yeah.
least, well, let's see.
And he can't cast a Tangwire. Tangwire actively hurts him and doesn't do anything to me.
Yup.
And then the 3 drops are 3 drops, so I could see developing out the Vigilante in case I get like an Armadillo Cloak or something, but I don't know. There's not really a great path forward here for him. It's
Yeah.
another
I mean, I
sweet
think
elephant.
there is a world where instead of flashing back the Call of the Herd, um. Oh no, never mind. I did the wrong math. Okay. Ranker here. 2 rankers. Oh my
That's an
goodness.
angry
Okay.
angel.
Whew. And
Oh
the
man.
Sylvan Library. See, I feel like this is just. I mean, this is what the deck wants to do exactly. The Sylvan Library is
Yep.
kind of the cherry on top, but you have an 8-point life swing, and Chris is sitting there with 2 elephant tokens.
Yeah, that's not good for him.
Yeah.
That was yeah, I forgot about the double rankers in this game. This game was played about a month ago, so I don't remember all the details of the match, but that's
Mm-hmm.
that yeah, like you said, that's exactly where the deck wants to be. Like getting the angel out, putting an enchantment on it, and just going swinging for the fences.
Yeah. And the problem is, even now, even if he's able to set up a survival board state
It
where
doesn't
he
have
can
time.
use
Yeah.
Wirewood Symbiote to bounce, Ranker gives trample. And there we go. There's the
Yeah, he's
handshake.
out of time. And then yeah,
Uh,
so he's got the sideboard here. We've got Call the Herds and Naturalize coming in, taking out the looks like the Birchlore Ranger and the Thornscape Battle Mage and Crop Rotation. Crop Rotation is deck? I didn't see that. Okay,
yeah,
interesting.
there was the one of Crop Rot. I think Chris probably thought this matchup was a bit more mid rangey.
Mm-hmm.
So I think crop rotation probably should have still been in the deck.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you're fighting over it. There weren't any
Hmm.
duresses, cabal therapies, etc.
Yeah.
And no wasteland.
Yeah.
So I think just being able to have access to effectively uninteractable, you know, mana production
Yeah.
seems pretty good there.
Pretty good. Yeah. But yeah, very cool match. Sweet. I love this morph deck. Is super fun, and Elves deck is obviously very very good. I think it's in a pretty good position to be very 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 powerful, especially if people don't cut tangle wires from it. Please cut tangle wire from your Elves deck, everybody. Just don't play it. That card's way too good. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Well,
All right. Well, for Ryan and myself, thank you all again for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you soon.